Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, there's a new ban list in Master Duel for reasons. I don't know why there's a new ban list, but we're gonna look at it. I've already seen this, I've already done this entire thing, and forgot to turn on my microphone. So we're just gonna go over the new Forbidden and Limited list. Yeah, so, real quick, Crystron Halqifibrax. Great, fantastic. This card enables so much degenerate bullcrap, it is absolutely insane. A lot of people are saying this isn't the hit, you need to hit Auroradon. Let me tell you why that's not the case. Auroradon, without specifically two broken busted cards in Crystron Halqifibrax, which has been a problem even post-ban list from the Auroradon, as well as Galaxy Tomahawk, which gets you 6 cards worth of material that can be used for anything, is totally fine and is not used in like anything. Right? So, you ban those 2 cards, which are realistically the problems, and it's fine. Crystron can also allow you to go into Scythe Locks with, you can go like Scythe Lock into a Baron on the opponent's turn as well, which is kind of crazy. So all in all, I do like the Crystron Halqifibrax hit. This is definitely the hit to the deck that I think is just necessary. So, glad to see that this is forbidden. Moving on, we have the limited cards, starting off with Water Enchantress. I don't like this. I'm gonna be real with you. I like the adventure stuff existing. Having Draco back as an out for a lot of decks is very nice. It enables an ability to out floodgates. It enables ways to deal with sticky boss monsters because you can bounce it back to hand. It's just an overall really powerful card in general. Or a really powerful deck option in general. I do understand why it's on here, but I don't necessarily like it just because I do, again, like the adventure engine existing in decks. Also, I think more so the problem is the Griffin Rider giving a Omni Negate on 2 summons, and I do think that that is more so the issue. So instead of limiting more of the Water Enchantress stuff, you could probably unlimit all of that, ban the Griffin Rider, and then decks would still be able to play that powerful out of Draco back while not really getting as much out of it. Pretty nice. Next up, we have a million cards that are currently semi-limited. So, there's that. Also, forgot to mention, this is going into effect on the 30th, so a little ways out. But these semi-limits are Rivalry and Gozen Match are going down to 2. I like this. It's not a end-all, be-all to Floodgates, though in Best of 1, Floodgates are absolutely devastating and very difficult to deal with. In Best of 3s, when you can side against them, it's not that big of a deal, or when you can play around them, again, not as big of a deal, but when it comes to in Best of 1s, it is a bit problematic. Then we have a whole bunch of unhits, some buffs, Raigeki to 2, Trishula to 2, Windup Zenmaity to 2. Windup is a little bit suspect. Windup has an insane loop that they can do that just allows them to gain so much resources off of a Zenmaity, and allowing for multiple Zenmaities means that you're able to get more resources onto the field, similar to something like a Galaxy Tomahawk, just kind of like constantly recurring resources for like Link summoning. ABC Buster Dragon. ABC Dragon Buster, sorry. This card should have come to 3 ages ago. Trickstar Light Stage, that can come off no problem. Here's the biggest problem that I have with this list. The next 2 cards, Red Reboot and Dino Wrestler Pankratops. These 2 cards, in Best of 1s, make a going second that's already one of the best options in the game absolutely crazy. Red Reboot just steals games flat out. You just win games because you are able to drop this card. It stops things like Imperm, it stops things like back row cards such as Schism or Blackout, or it stops Floodgates, which I think is why Konami put it to 2. Realistically, this card shouldn't exist. It is absolutely overpowered and entirely demolishes back row decks. Just straight up. You drop this card, your opponent doesn't get to play the game, period. kind of crazy. Why I don't know why this is coming back to 2. I guess no one was playing it. Konami was like, yeah, it's fine, it'll come back to 2, and then like people will play it and it'll be good for the environment. No, this is terrible. This means control decks are significantly worse. And with Dino Wrestler Pinkertops coming back to 2, that means that not just going second decks, but just about every deck can play this card. Throw it in, free special summon going second, and just like a way to force out so much interaction, because like you can threaten battle. You can walk over something like a Winda with just the one Pinkertops. You special summon it. You walk over something. You send it to the graveyard, dome something else, and then now you're off to the races. This card by itself is absolutely crazy. There's a reason it's currently limited to 1, and realistically, it probably should have been banned. It's coming to 2, big problem. Spiral, Quick Fix, Double Iris Magician, they're fine. Realistically, I'm not a big fan of Spiral getting an unhit when they still have a Master Plan. I understand, like, Spiral isn't all that good, but I think that's more so due to the fact that that this is a best-of-1 format, and not necessarily due to the lower power level of the deck. The deck's still crazy. It still has Master Plan. That card is crazy. So, all in all, I don't necessarily like the unhit. But it's fine. Double Iris isn't doing anything. Pendulum's really bad. While I don't like Pendulum, I do like the unhit. Orcust Harp Horror is interesting. This is the most scary one to me because Orcust is still able to combo off basically in its entirety. If you see something that can dump in Orcust Harp Horror, having 2 of it now means that you are more likely to have access to it on the opponent's turn, meaning you could revive something like a Dingirsu in order to deal with your opponent's monsters. This to me just seems, or sorry, not a Ding. I mean you could, but not like using the Orcust Harp Horror. But yeah, like there's so much that you can do off of an Orcust Harp Horror, and like having multiple of it means that you're more likely to see it in your opening hand, which then could be discarded for an effect. And then gain a whole bunch of advantage. You also have multiple activations of it before you have to cycle it back into the deck. I just think that this is... Orcust is still so super strong, but this is very nice. Unhits to completely unlimited are the Beginning of the End and Harmonizing Magician. Beginning of the End is the card where you have to banish like 7 darks to draw 3. I think that's totally fine. There's one deck that's playing it, and it's Deep Draw or... Deep Draw Dangers, so it's like, yeah, that deck's gonna find it anyway, not that big of a deal. And then Harmonizing Magician, again, Pendulums are fine, just ban Electromite, you can unlimit, like, all of the cards that are on that list, except for Plushfire. Plushfire shouldn't really come back, but yeah. So, all in all, the list is better. Hitting Rivalry and Gozen is very nice. Unlimiting the ABC back to 2 is very nice. The Crystron Halqifibrax being banned is very nice. And then there's a lot of things that are not great. The Water Enchantress going to 1, the Red Reboot, the Prankertops. So, yeah. Anyway, overall, a very good list. Little disappointing, but when the bar is basically on the floor, yeah, it's hard to do worse. So, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.